Hello guys, today is Naki here again. I got the list on the Shadowverse discussion group, and I really think that this is one of the most possible playable budget like deck in the current standard format. As usual, there are some very important go cards that we must include, but no legend at all. I make some tweak, and I do think that this version is the best that I can do in the current meta, and it fits the needs of like almost every matchup that you will be facing off. So I won't break through the card one by one here. I'm going to show you two replay that I had before this, and I really have a quite impressive result with this deck, and I'm really impressed by the deck a lot. So here, this is a game that I play against. It's kind of a Bishop Mirror, but I'm actually on the Lion, and he's actually on Shrine. So this is like one of the most popular matchup that you will be thinking of when you build a deck in this current meta. This is the deck to beat. And how do you beat the deck, or how is it possible for you to actually beat the deck? This is very important when you come up with a deck in this particular rotation meta. So as usual, no turn 1 drop, but for both players. But on turn 2, both of us is dropping amulet, but we do get our key amulet here, which is really important because this actually allows us to use 2 statues in turn 3. So this is like kind of the perfect hand that we can actually ask for. My opponent also follow up with 2 amulets, and he's going to have 2 turtles in a row, which usually is good when you are going first in turn 4 without evolve and you already have a 3-5, which is also usually very hard to get rid of. But here, this is one of the key changes that I made for the deck. It's the Hazen. Okay. The effect of Hazen is you have ward before evolve, but after you evolve it, it actually become a 5-4. Yes, it become a 5-4. So, but without ward anymore. But it's really good because you get to just get rid of your opponent's very annoying creatures, especially those 3-5, 4-5 followers. And yeah, this is also another 3-5 followers that I have in mind when I actually build this deck. That if you have something like this, it is good in removing it, while at the same time in late game is the ward, like in turn 9 or turn 9 or turn 8 against Nemesis is also very good. So here, do what we should do. Play the statues with enhance, and use the ability of this really insane new cards. This card is perfect. As you can see, most of the Shrine deck doesn't play it, but for the statues deck is really amazing because the statues amulet will get you 1 PP after you play another statue. So most of the time you will be stuck in a position that you only have 1 PP, but you don't really want to evolve your statues, and this is the perfect target for you to evolve. And you can see here, yeah, like what we said, it's very often that you just got stuck in 1 PP. So in order to have more 1 PP cards in play is really important, and that's the reason why I play the Jewel Miko, because it actually gives you a draw 2 last words amulet, while having a 1-2 body in play is also relatively good. So here I choose to take the safe route and just try to remove everything as I can. Because going to face against Shrine is not the smartest move. Especially the 3-5 is just so powerful, you activate the Tenko, it just destroy your followers. And every time when you attack, your end of turn you get heal as well. So just try to remove it when you have a chance to do so. And here, after my opponent played Providia, I get to draw a bunch of cards and remove it. And now, Yeah, this is where this deck really shines. Is you could just start to get all the hasty lions, and after that you can still play a one cost amulet. Yes, so even the shrine will have to give up in these states because they are very weak against storm followers, especially in huge amount. So we won that game, and so the second game that we will be looking at is against Nemesis. So as you can, a lot of the especially Japanese website, they are already trying their best to introduce the deck. Nemesis deck is the hardest deck to play, but to be honest, in master rank with good pilots, the deck is basically insane. But with this status deck, we do have a good chance to fight against it because in our deck, especially in my version, we have 5 ward compared to the others that they only have 3, which they usually will have to play in early game in order to get statues. So in our side, our 2 cost 1-3 ward is not a necessary turn 2 play, and of course you can just keep it all the way until like turn 8 to just try to prevent damage from just try to absorb damage from all the storm followers. That is one of the key interactions. So in this particular matchup, one thing to always look ahead is to justify what your opponent is actually playing. So in this match, I think opponent is very obvious by just playing Ikaros is actually not the so-called Storm Forever puppet build, is more toward the artifact build. So artifact build is how fast you can actually just go face. Art build still the same. Remember that they are very weak when they are in defense because usually they don't have wall. This is one very to me everything is very key things is that they don't really have good way to interact with haste followers because most of them don't have ward. So even the most, if you only play 1 copy of the 2-3 ward that gave you the ward artifact, but it's not really what we are afraid of. So in here, since I already have another 2 followers that will give me statues, I just want to try to play as much statues as I can. As I said, try to get yourself into the hasty lion. Okay, the storm lion is very important. Yeah, as you can see, my opponent is very good in clearing the board, and at the same time giving the Silva's effect is just going to just give damage to face forever. And here, this is to be honest, this is a play miss here. I should have just played one of them and play a lion instead because yeah, it just makes me the first thing is I have less ward creature for their turn 10 potentially turn 10 storm creature, but this is hopefully this is not too bad because we still have 3 more ward creature in deck. Although this deck the drawing power is not that as strong as how it used to, but you can see here this is the 4th, and now we finally get to the silver lion and 2 more to the go, which next turn I think. And when my opponent just play Spinner, I think it's good because Spinner is not very good against our deck. What we really worry of is Machina. So yeah, quite unfortunate. Our opponent don't have Machina there, and I finally top deck my yeah, finally I top deck my shrine. So remove and enter. Okay, this is a very questionable play from our opponent, to be honest. I perfectly have no idea what my opponent is trying to achieve, but yeah. Yeah, well, as you can see, this turn I'm going to just wipe his board. And even at this turn, right, yeah, I get the Storm Lions already. So the next time I can have 3 Storm Lion in play. I mean I can play it in enhance, and then play a normal one. So I can have 12 power on board, even if my opponent can just clear my board off. This is just how powerful the deck is. Yeah, my opponent was like, should I actually just get rid of the board? But I think he also realized that I can actually play 3. So it's actually quite pointless. Yeah, he's actually like short of maybe 1 turn. Quite unfortunate for our opponent. Yeah, so this is the deck. At the very beginning, I thought like this particular meta, if the shrine is the deck to beat, so this is very hard for us to actually build a budget deck. But thanks for like a lot of people's effort, they really do dig out this old archetype, and with all the new cards that support it very well. They actually turn it into a very good deck. So I do some of my tweak, and I think this suits the current meta better. Two key cards that I would like to mention is although just now I didn't show it, but this is very good in Nemesis, and also your Forestcraft matchup, of course, as usual. Not to mention that sometimes when you just play against Dragon, you might just need that one counter reduce to just pop this. So I do think it's very helpful, and at the same time you can just use it while you need it as a boost of that damage source, because now there's a lot of like 3-5 followers that usually after they would trade with your followers, they will have like 1 toughness left, and this is a good way for you to finish them off as well. It also does just reduce the counter from most of your important followers to draw. I mean, your important amulet to draw spells. Yeah, and another key part is the Hazen, and this is really insane because when you just play it in like turn 3, and your opponent cannot kill it, then basically the next turn is 5 point damage to face. This is really threatening. And not to forget that you have ward. I mean, in the last 2 turns, it's very tricky because sometimes your Noishu just don't do the job because your opponent is going to do a bunch of like 2-1, especially the puppets build. So you need something that have 3 toughness to just try to hold the ground. And most of the time they'll just use their 9 cost followers to attack and raid. So it actually absorbs like 3 damage by itself. And also just like throw your opponent plan away. So more or less I think this should be the video today. It's Naki here. Thanks a lot for watching. If you have anything, do let me know in the comment, in the discussion group in my Twitter as well. So thanks for watching. Hope to see you guys around soon.